Okay, so there's a few people that have been asking me how I go about catching whiting on poppers. I don't really care about location as far as giving locations away. The more people I can get into this and maybe meet down here when I'm fishing, the more fun there is for everyone. So what I'm looking for today is just intermittent sand patches. So this is where I'm at. There's a lot of sand in front of me, but there's also a lot of weed patches as well, so it's interspersed. The whiting just cruise over those flats looking for small bait fish and worms and little yabbies, which you get around here in the peel in some of these little sand pits, little sand holes, as well as the tube worm. So I'm a big advocate of what the whiting actually eat are the tube worms. They just wait and they can suck. That's what they've got that little long pointed snout for. But the gear I'm using today is this little sucker here. It's an EB Panic. I've got little assist hooks on the back and treble on the front, which I'm not real keen of, but I'm going to run it anyway to keep all the treble poppers happy. So a little bit of fair play with all the tackle shops and online community that you can buy all these things with. This is a great little pattern. As you can see, I'm over yellow sand, crystal clear, so this sort of resembles the small whiting and the little mullet, and also the tube worms and all little bait fish, so nice and transparent. And it's just a matter of casting it out into the sand patches or over some weed, and just give it a pop, 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 and just keep the retrieve going. Don't stop. If you get swamped by whiting coming over the top, one thing to do is to not stop. Don't panic. Gets the heart rate up. It's all good. That's what it's all about. You know, you're looking for a topwater fish. That's why this site's called a popping page, not a plugging on the bottom page. But so each to their own. I don't use any sort of deep divers. Whether they're on the bottom or the top, I don't really care. I'm just happy to be out in the environment. It's pretty cool down here. I've got my bike in the background there. That's how I get around. But and the thing is that to be protected as well. I got fried down here the other day, and I was only down here for 3 hours and got a scaly face from sunburn. So cover up, Polaroid glasses, wear long sleeve shirts, good protection on your feet. And obviously the next couple of weeks, as the weather starts to warm up, it's going to get better and better and better with the whiting, so they'll really start to fire up. If they're quiet for an hour, that's no big deal. I generally just keep working an area, and if I find some, then I'll ping that to the bollocks as much as I can. You can just work my poppers through there, and stick baits, atomics, sugar pens, EB Panics, Skinny Pop Juniors. They all really work, and you know, just depending on the conditions, whether there's a bit of ruffle on the water, it can all change what happens and how they fire up. Tide change can even be quiet for 2 or 3 hours, and all of a sudden you'll get 15 minutes of absolute chaos where they're on the top. They're in packs of 5s and 10s, and they're just all over your popper like nothing else. So just persist. There's no real location in the peel, I don't think. As long as you're in shallow water, you don't have to go up to your neck, not even up to your waist, I don't think. I've got some of the biggest the biggest one I got last year was 47 centimetres, and that was about 3 metres off the shore in a little discoloured depression, which looked like a little crab had been nuzzling away. So I just whacked me popper in there, and I was so surprised, but also very stoked when I beached that. And the skinny water's really good fun. You get to see a lot of birds. There's a big osprey that sort of comes and hassles me out every once in a while, but that's all good fun. And you get followed by the occasional stingray as well. So I've been down here for the last 2 hours. I had one swipe up about my 5th cast, and I've walked all the way down there, right behind me. All the way down there, and I haven't really done too well, but that's all part of it. So all I can suggest is just arm yourself with as much local knowledge, and go on those days where it's really windy, go on those days where it's really glassy, go on those days when it's stinking 35-degree heat. Even the cloudy days. Geez, the best day I had last year was when the Yellowfin fires were on. Had lightning over my head, my rod was humming from all the sheet lightning around the place, and was a real thrill. But you know, you got to be careful and keep your eyes around you all the time and look out for any other fellow poppers. So get out there, boys and girls, and if you need any info, or if you want to catch up with me down here, I'm quite happy to meet you down here in the morning, as I did with a few fellas last year, and it was good fun, you know. And now they've got their pastime as well. So it's all healthy. It's good for your well-being to be immersed in the environment and pick up a bit of glass that's on the shore and a bit of rubbish here and there, and take you know, just leave your footprints in the depressions of the shallow flats, my friends. So all well, and I'll try and post up a few more in the incoming ensuing weeks that follow. See you guys.